Mic off.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Metanoia Charity Cup 2019. Tonight we have White Rabbit, Amaryllis versus Venom Gaming, Endeavour. With me today, I'm joined by Ed Meister. How you doing, man?
Good on you, Es. Long time no cast, eh?
Yeah, long time no cast. I myself am obviously EsProxy, and tonight we're going to be doing the winner bracket round 2. So now, just a little bit of information both for yourself and for me. This is the first game for White Rabbit Amaryllis. However, for Venom Gaming, this is their second game in the winner bracket. So now the first game they won obviously 2-0. So going into this, we don't have any information about Amaryllis. We don't really have much information about Venom Gaming as I've only played one game. So you have any predictions before we go into their lineups?
Well, if I look at White Rabbit, and we know White Rabbit from the Irish League, and they did quite well there. They ended up third, I think, overall in the upper tier, and they have a quite what do you call it? Very, what's the word for it? Like a gutsy team, like females who really can kill the shit out of the male teams, if I can tell you that. So it's a very gutsy team, and we see that you have Kingslayer in the team as well now, and Kingslayer is a very good player. So, in my
Kinslayer and
opinion,
Starlight. So
yeah,
there's two
Starlight
people
too.
now that have changed. So technically, this roster is completely brand new to us.
Yeah, it's a brand new roster, but I mean, we do know the history of White Rabbit, and we know the team synergy that they do have. So, in my opinion, I would definitely say that I think they will take this one. I don't know. I don't really know Venom Gaming. I haven't really seen much of them, and because of that, I'm probably going to go with White Rabbit.
All right. Well, speaking about rosters, let's go into that. So with White Rabbit, we've got Brinker, which is obviously our IGL. We've got Kinslayer, Starlight, Vivs the 2.0, and Nikki. Oh, sorry. Before I make this mistake again, it's Kinslayer XI. Just so you know, and I know. And then on
Okay.
the
So it's
Venom
not just
Gaming,
Kingslayer.
it's not just Kinslayer. And then on the Venom Gaming side, we have Carnage, which is your IGL. We have Xylem, Deadshot, Fear, and K9. So again, just to remind everyone and all the viewers watching, we've got the winner of this round going to round 3, which will be against BVD Finesse. The loser obviously going to the loser bracket against REA's GTV. So our maps are yet to be decided, but once that information goes through, we'll let you guys know. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what these two teams are going to pull out. I think
Yeah,
it'll be pretty interesting.
I think the excitement is there for me as well because it's like you said, White Rabbit do have kind of a new roster. We don't know much about Venom Gaming, so it's going to be exciting to see what's going to happen here. Venom Gaming did win their previous match, but I unfortunately didn't see it. So I think for me, it's going to
It was
be
quite convincing. It was a 2-0 sweep.
oh my
So
goodness.
I don't know much about the team that they were playing against, but either way, they've got the confidence going into this game. So we'll see. In terms of maps, is there any maps that you're looking forward to?
Well, I would love to see a little Vertigo for you and me to cast because we know it's the best XM map you can get.
It's a
And
fantastic.
then, of course, I do always enjoy watching an Overpass and an Inferno. Um, I'm a bit tired of seeing Mirage and Dust 2, to be honest. So I don't really love that maps too much lately. But an Overpass and Inferno is always enjoyable. And I do enjoy Vertigo because it's that strange map that can deliver the weirdest uh, victories and the weirdest upsets. So, yeah.
No, I feel like that kind of map is also just fantastic for this kind of a competition. Also, for those of you who are watching who don't know just yet, this is the Metanoia Charity Cup. So all of these teams are playing for their charities of their choosing, and all of the winnings will go to the charities that they've elected. So, I mean, it's a great cause. We've got some great teams that are participating, and ultimately, hopefully, we'll just have a great time. I do know that Vertigo has changed quite a bit. So I feel like if we do see a Vertigo, I might be a little slow to catch those calls there. But either way, I think a Vertigo might be an interesting pick. Overpass, I think, for both teams will be very, very fun to watch because it is such an aggressive map. Both sides can be so aggressive at any time, so it is always just a fun map to watch. I do agree with you though. Mirage is Mirage is one of those that you see quite often.
Yeah, it's a bit overplayed, and even if you look at all the major matches, Mirage is a map that gets chosen a lot. I enjoy Train also. Like, we forgot about Train and Nuke. I do enjoy those two as well because it's also maps you don't see very often. Train I like because it's also it's a difficult map to play and to get to know. But once you know it, it's actually a map you can take to your advantage against any team. I mean, CT side on Train, you can win the match already if you just play like you practice. And I think that's something we can also look forward to is maybe a Train map. But Dust 2 and Mirage is just two maps that I don't enjoy anymore. I don't
You've
know
seen a
why.
little bit too much of it, I see.
Indeed.
No problem. Oh, sorry. Just a last change to the roster for Endeavour. I do see that Havoc is in place for K9. So the final roster is Carnage, Xylem, Deadshot, Fear, and Havoc.
So
So,
there's no dog on the side of Venom Gaming.
and
K9.
I mean, maybe Havoc is a dog himself. Who knows? Maybe
A
he's
wild
learned from
dog.
the best.
Well,
Maybe.
let's hope there are wild dogs tonight.
In terms of the viewers, I see a lot of WRA and I see some proudly Venom Gaming Endeavour. I'm curious to see who the viewers are going to be rooting for. Because
Yeah, well,
for now it seems pretty split.
yeah, well, I see on the chat that it's quite split. Heinrich Swart asking Edmeister360. Oh, who's casting with this? Okay, now we see. Hello, Simone. Long time no see, though.
Oh, it's going to be fantastic. We're just waiting for the knife round still to begin. I think there's some internet issues on the other side of Venom.
Well, snakes with venom do tend to catch bunnies, so let's hope that venom don't eat up all the bunnies tonight.
You're
The
you're
rab.
just you're just prepared with the metaphors tonight.
Y'all, you know me like that, so I will try.
I'll leave the metaphors to you.
I will dig deep in my inner self to get all the metaphors.
I'm still just waiting for the knife. Other than that, I'm curious to see actually how this roster from White Rabbit is going to perform because they've got a few heavy hitters now with Starlight and Kinslayer. But also, I'm not sure the timing of it. If it's a pretty new change or how much experience this lineup has and how much experience that is compared to Venom Gaming, because obviously we both don't know much about either team.
Yeah, well, I
As
must say, I would rather do the change for this charity cup because the charity cup is, for me, it's more like a fun get some money for some charity kind of event. So you do have that, you don't have that big burden of you got so much to lose in it. So I think it's a good opportunity for a team like White Rabbit to experiment with new players, and
yeah,
hopefully they'll get the synergy they need. And with the next female league, I think if you look at this lineup from White Rabbit, they'll probably be a force to be reckoned with. Well, we saw this year they actually played quite well there. They really had some upsets against teams that nobody expected. So
oh
they
no,
weren't
definitely.
bad. But I mean, with this lineup, if they can get the synergy, they will be quite a good team, eh?
It's definitely going to be very interesting. Either way, it's going to be very fun to watch. I, I'm curious to see with Venom Gaming. I know that Carnage and Havoc are their heavy hitters. Like I've played against a few of them on retakes or whatever, and they've got the aim. They've definitely got some aim. So I'm curious to see how the synergy between Venom Gaming is going to be tonight, and how that's going to translate into the round wins and things like that.
Yeah, I must say, I'm very curious to see what Venom Gaming is going to deliver. Like I said, I don't know them personally. I haven't played against or with them at all. So it's going to be interesting to see how they play. But from the warm up already, we see that they do have the crosshair placements and the aim that's needed. So I think we're up for a good matchup.
No, no. I see the final players of Venom Gaming have connected, so we should be starting with the knife round soon, hopefully.
Yeah, let's hope so. I'm quite anxious to see what's going to happen. I'm very excited. I can't really wait anymore for this matchup.
Yeah, I see the .Rs are coming in the chat, so we should be starting soon. So it is a BO3. So whoever wins the knife round will obviously have an advantage going into, either picking sides or the maps first. But yeah, I just want to see what maps really we're going to be working with. If we do work with Vertigo, I will be surprised. because Vertigo is not a very popular map.
No, it's not commonly chosen by any team, but it's one of those rabbits in a hat scenario where you choose Vertigo to try and upset the other team and hope that they don't know it as good as you do, or even don't know it at all.
Are you using another metaphor to hint at some secret information that you got there?
You know me too well, Les.
You said rabbit in a hat there. I'm just saying. I feel like Ed Meister's got some inside info here. All right, we are going into the knife round finally. So this will be the decider for who gets the advantage in terms of the map picks. So I'm very excited to get this started.
Yes, let's see who can use their knives the best.
Let's get into it.
Well, Carnage does have quite a nice knife there, to be honest.
Show me, he is lagging a little bit there.
I see that. Ooh, they boxed in.
What's
gonna happen?
Got the Ven boys a little bit stuck there.
And now it's going to be a waiting game. Who's going to be the one coming out first?
My only issue with Dust as a knifing map.
Yeah, usually the team who arrives in long first is actually the team who's going to have the advantage because... Okay, well, here they push out. Good respect from White.
I mean, there's just damage being traded on either sides, but it does seem like... Oh? Yeah, ooh. Okay. I thought I was about to give a Caster's Curse there, but it does seem like White Rabbit is going to get the knife round. So, with that, we're finally going to be going into the map picks. In terms of... Oh, already on Mirage.
Yeah, I think they switched.
The map picks. That just hurts my feelings.
Yeah, so I don't know what the second map is then, but first map Mirage is. How do you feel about that?
I mean, I enjoy Mirage. I know you didn't want to see Mirage because it's been so overplayed, but I think Mirage is a very fun map, especially for White Rabbit. From my knowledge of that team, it's one of the maps that they play the best on. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, it's not like I don't like Mirage. I love playing Mirage. It's just seeing Mirage has been like it's like I don't know how I can compare it, but it's like seeing the same movie for the 11th time. Like, for instance, if you have kids and they watch an animated movie, for instance, like, let's call it Frozen, and you have watched Frozen 20 times already, and you know all the lines. That's how I feel about Mirage.
Did you? So for you, Mirage is the Frozen of CS:GO.
It's the Let It Go of CS:GO.
Gosh, okay. Again, I'm just gonna leave all the metaphors to you tonight. Oh goodness gracious! I'll check if we can get some information about what the map picks are for the rest of the maps. For now, however, just waiting for the server to start.
So your opinion is, sorry to chip in there, but what's your opinion on Mirage? Is it a CT-sided or a T-sided map? Because we have so many wars usually in a stream where people say, no, it's T-sided, no, it's CT-sided. What's your personal opinion on that?
You're putting me in the hot seat now.
Indeed.
I'm waiting for everyone in chat to say you're wrong. Okay, in my personal opinion, and this is not by any means based on any kind of fact or experience, but, well, on my own experience at least, I believe that Mirage is... I feel like the CT side is a little bit easier for me than the T side, though I think it depends on the team. Like, if you have a team that can easily take control of middle, easy take control of mostly middle, actually. Like, as soon as they get that mid control, then they can do so much with it. So I guess it would depend on which team is better at defending / attacking middle.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, in terms of sites, I do feel like B Mirage is it's a fun site to hold, and I feel like it's relatively easy because it's literally just got one choke hold as long as middle is okay.
Yeah.
A sites also, I mean, you've got people entering from Ramp and Palace as long as middle is safe and sound. So again, it's just that middle key for Mirage specifically is so important. So yeah, if you have a CT side that can hold mid well, then it's a CT-sided. If you have a T side that can take middle well, it's T-sided.
Yeah, I think like the most opinions that you'll get would be that it's a CT-sided map, and I think most people will agree with your origination regarding it. One thing that I do see some teams, the CT side, usually like they forget to care about it is the connector area. So I've seen a lot of teams that forget to put pressure on connector as CT or to put somebody there just to get some info, and that's where the mid control comes in. If you lose mid on this map, you're screwed.
Pretty much, yeah, and that's why so many teams, you know, you have basically 3 people being in charge of middle. I mean, you've got one person from A in connector, you've got your snipers person, and then you've got your one of the people on B, you know, helping cat. So, and I mean, you can see it so much in professional teams. Like that mid position is so valuable, and that's why they dedicate so many numbers to it. In terms of the maps, I finally did get back information from the team. So the map picks are Mirage, Inferno, and Train. In terms of size, it does seem like White Rabbit is going to start on CT side Mirage, and then from there it's obviously going to depend on who wins and who loses.
Okay, that's quite good map picks though.
So yeah, if we go by the assumption that Mirage is the CT side of the map, this should be in favor of White Rabbit going through the first half. So we'll see how it goes, but I think for now I'm going to say that both teams are about even, and it's yet to be seen.
Yeah, let's stay neutral for now.
Yeah, we're gonna stay neutral for now because I don't really have any like information on how these teams have played against each other and whatnot. I think this is actually the first time playing against each other. And for White Rabbit, it is their first time playing a round in the cup, so we're a little bit at loss here when it comes to information, but it's alright.
Well, I think the guys from Venom probably hope that White Rabbit got a bit rusty over the last few months, which I doubt. But let's hope in their favor that there is some rust that White Rabbit needs to wipe off for the first few rounds. But I do think, as we know, White Rabbits, they usually like get into stuff quite quickly, so I don't think they'll take too long to get warm. But the guys from Venom looks warm, as we see in the warm-up. Their headshots coming in galore. Let's hope they can keep it up in the game.
I don't know. It's going to be definitely a very interesting game. Alright, with that being said, all the readies have been set, and we are going to be going into the first round after everyone does the celebratory kill in chat for the one side. I don't know why this is still a thing, but anyway. There we go. Venom being the gentleman that they are.
I see Alvain Fainter. Hello, how are you, Alvain? He's asking where's the stream, but it looks like it's up and running now.
There's probably just some technical difficulties there. I'm sure it'll be sorted out quick.
Hey, Kanaki Kenny is in the chat. That name I couldn't pronounce in the Iris League. Hello, Kanaki.
Alright, finally we're in the first round. It does seem, in terms of utility, we do see Xylem buying 3 smokes, 2 flashes, and a molly. Doing a bit of a split now. It seems that they are going to be heading towards a B push. Maybe just... it's yet to be seen if they're going to be doing a quiet push. Or
Yeah, it looks like
fast and short.
only GT is like sitting passively there in T. I don't know why.
You do see that there's two players towards A, so they might be trying to go for a little bit of a fake and then try and push into B silently, but those smokes do like suggest an execute coming in. So I'm curious to see what those A players are doing. Maybe just holding a little bit of a default. We see Deadshot doing a little bit of a distraction on the A side. He does have 3 WRA players, and he has just pulled off another one of the WRA players on B. And they quickly realize it's a fake, and they're running back to B. But Venom Gaming is already on the site. The rotations in are a little bit slow from White Rabbits, but Venom Gaming is going to get the plant out of this. Kinslayer getting a headshot onto Fear. Unfortunately going down to the molly. That leaves Nikki and Starlight in the 2v2 situation, however. Oof! But Xylem making this very difficult for Starlight in a 1v1 now. Time is ticking though, she needs to get the very quickly. Woo!
Well played, Starlight. I can't believe she got that. Very well played there. It was very good tactics from the T side. They're pulling the players from the CT side towards A bomb side. But I think they realized soon enough that nobody was pushing through to the A side, and they rotated soon enough to get that round for them.
Yeah, I mean, that distraction managed to pull one of the players off halfway from B, but, you know, she could very quickly rotate it back just in time for the push. I was very worried there because it seemed like Venom Gaming had the advantage there, but White Rabbits made it work.
Yes, indeed. Now we see White Rabbit will be able to upgrade some weapons there, SMGs and a scout there, and on the side of these only one deagle with the rest keeping their normal.
Venom Gaming going into a lowest push here with pistols. Obviously, they don't have money or economy right now to buy up, but all of them in lowers? Is this the new strat? Is this the new meta?
Well, I haven't tried that with Glocks yet, so let's see if it works.
I think they were just hoping that the White Rabbit girls might be a little bit aggressive and see if they can get a pick out of it. But here we are, and Vivsta. Is this Vivsta? Yeah, Vivsta's actually just managed to push through all the way to B app, so she has no idea that the Venom Gaming guys just went past her. So they're not going to have the information, and Venom Gaming is going to have a completely free bomb site because, unfortunately, to timing, Vivsta just walked past the entire Venom Gaming team. Oh my goodness, that is CSGO timing at its worst. Oh no. So with that White Rabbit now is in a 4v5 retake, Xylem did kick up the scout from Starlight now, and they do have the numbers advantage, not the gun advantage necessarily, but they've had the time to set into positions. So this is going to be a little bit of a difficult retake for White Rabbits. Because they're going to have to look for the Venom Gaming girls.
They don't see the havoc!
Oh no.
Good sport they have. Whoa, Havoc taking down Kingslayer, but then gets traded by Nikki there.
Unfortunately for White Rabbit though, they don't have time to defuse, and Venom Gaming is actually going to steal that round. Okay, I was very judgmental about the lowers strat there, but it worked out for Venom.
Well, they say you learn something new every day, so that's something that actually, I don't know how it worked, but it worked, and well done there to Venom.
I think at that stage, it's just CSGO timing at its finest, you know. Vivsta pushed through B apps, but I mean, it's very risky then to check lowers by yourself. So that unfortunately was just a timing error there. And that gave Venom a completely open bomb site.
Well, it worked in their favor, and let's see how it's going to go now. We see White Rabbit not really being able to buy much, 2 SMGs there, and full buy on the side of the territory.
Yeah, unfortunately White Rabbit hasn't reset. We do have 2 SMGs though, and 3 pieces of utility. Xylem actually misses that shot onto the player upstairs. Oof, there's a lot of damage being traded out actually, but Venom is going to be taking the 3 players on A side down. And yeah, I don't want to give a caster's curse, but I do think that this round is going to be going to Venom.
As you said, it Vivsta takes out Havoc there.
Again, it's the curse.
But Venom finishing off quite well there. Good round for them there.
It's always that case. As soon as you want to announce something, it gets overturned. Alright, well, with that being said, White Rabbit is still going to have to do another save round, so I'm curious to see if they're maybe going to be a little bit aggressive in this round. You know, maybe see if they can pick up some guns, do a little bit of economy damage here, but it does seem like we're going for the default 3-2 split. With 2 players on the A and then 1 player in connector, and then it looks like Vivsta will be boosted onto B side, maybe for a bit of an A stack later on. But we wait to see what happens, because Venom Gaming is going to have to look for those White Rabbit girls.
Is that Mori not working out?
It happens. it's just worse when it happens on stream, but it always happens to me. And with that, Venom Gaming boys are going to be taking A side, very quickly making work of Kinsley and Starlight, but Nikki chiming in with the Deagle, at least getting one of the kills, and now just Vivsta and Brinker. As I say that, Vivsta goes down. I feel like the one gun that was dropped was unfortunately on default side, so I think it's going to be very difficult for Brinker to try and save that weapon. But she might be trying to do some eco damage here, just chipping away with the USP.
Yeah, she doesn't really have much to do, so she can try. She can try to do something, but it doesn't work. Carnage takes her out there, and well played that around to Venom Gaming.
Also to White Rabbit, they held quite well there, considering that they literally only had pistols. So we'll see how this run goes. We're finally into a equal buy. I think White Rabbit would have liked a little bit more money for some utility, but we at least have 1 diffuser on Starlight, which is that mid position. So yeah, it's not a full buy on the side of White Rabbit, but they at least have the guns. They at least have a few pieces of utility to help them this round.
Well, let's hope she tells in favor there. Sorry.
As I mentioned, no, sorry, I'm interrupting you. As I mentioned, it's a case of trying to take mid control, and I did see Venom trying to take 3 towards middle, but Brinker did chime in, and now very quickly slowed down the momentum of Venom Gaming. As I say that though, Deadshot getting a ridiculous shot, and Vista chiming in on apps, getting a 2k very quickly, and she has the bomb. I mean, I was complaining that, you know, White Rabbit didn't have enough money for like all the defuse kits and pieces of utility, but clearly they don't need it, they just need a rifle and some armor.
Well, they actually did quite well there. Like you said, they didn't have too good of a buy for utilities, but they did what was needed, and they held the angles that they should have held, and that's how they went around. Very well played there by White Rabbit. Luckily, in the case of Venom Gaming, they still had enough money to full buy there, and now we see White Rabbit could still also buy everything that they need with some diffuse.
Yeah, finally we've got some of the diffuse kits. Venom is again going for this mid control. This time they're pushing forward towards middle. Carnage is going to get a ridiculous shot onto Starlight there. That clears up the middle side a little bit. Still have 2 players basically to contest this middle, but oof, damage is just going through. Oh my word.
Ooh.
The timing between these 2 teams, Brinker getting a ridiculous headshot onto the Deadshot with Carnage quickly following it up. The damage has been trading so quickly, but at the moment the HP advantage is with White Rabbit. The position, I mean, Venom Gaming has basically got the whole of A side surrounded. You've got a player in middle, you've got a player in jungle, and a player in palace. So it's only left, Kinsler is the only one left to defend this A site. And she's doing a very good job of it. Almost takes down the second player from Venom Gaming. Unfortunately though, ooh! But Vista quickly chiming in, and now it's a 1v1 with Havoc only on 12 HP.
Vista playing very well tonight so far. This first 5 rounds, very well played by her.
No, she's doing very well.
She will see him and she will get him there. Well played, Vista. Getting a good kill there and a good clash for.
A second 2k in 2 rounds.
Yeah, she's on fire, I see tonight. Well done, Vista.
Right, she's ready. And with that, White Rabbit finally ties it out, so we've got a 3-3 scoreline. And again, this is why I like, in a sense, not having information about the teams, because you get surprises like this. I'm happy to see that it's quite back and forth between the 2 teams. It's a fun game to watch.
Yeah, indeed, and I must say Carnage also playing very good there on the side of Venom Gaming. He gets a lot of insane headshots, so 2 enjoyable players to watch this.
Yeah, definitely. And with that Venom on almost complete deagle buy, we do see them going for the same default, you know, 2 middle, 2 lowers, and then one of the players just watching the T spawn area. Curious to see if they're going to be trying to catch out one of the players in connector. Brinker is aware of it though, she is watching that boost spot. You can see some very good communication coming out of the White Rabbit girls. They know where the trades are coming. Xylem is going to get a nice shot there onto Kinslayer, and quite even in terms of numbers and HP. But the utility and the weapons here might make the difference for the Venom Gaming team.
We see the T's now heading slowly towards the A-bomb site.
Yeah, I think they don't really have any smoke, so they're gonna have to rely on these one taps and hopefully a bit of CSGO timing to get into the A side.
And they're heading into the rabbit hole, but Starlight gets them there.
She's doing very good work there defending. And back onto a 3v3 though. Again, the damage is being traded out almost immediately.
But the trades are very good to watch. Fear getting a good kill there on Nikki, but the trades coming in on both sides. As soon as there's one play down from each team, it gets traded out, and I think that's something very enjoyable.
Fear did manage to pick up that Fama, so now at least there is one gun on the side of Venom, but the HP isn't exactly in their favor. Carnage is on 1 HP. He makes it work though. Does get a nice headshot on Starlight there, but Viv's again into the 1v1. Can she do it a third round in a row almost?
Let's see.
Second clutch in a row, but...
Ooh!
Oof, it would have been the third 2k in a row. Fear does manage to win it out there for Venom Gaming, but that was very close.
Yeah,
That was
very well
closer than
played
I
there
was
by
expecting.
Fear. He actually held it back quite good there, because usually in a spot like that you tend to get the spray wrong, or you try to shoot too early, and I think he held up quite well there to wait for her till she got to the bomb and then he shot her.
Carnage was also just ridiculous with that Deagle headshot with 1
With
HP.
1 HP.
I would not have the confidence to peek there, but I mean, that's why I'm casting and that's why they're playing.
Indeed, it is. We see now that White Rabbit couldn't really buy, only 1 SMG there on Nikki, 3 Deagles come.
I did not expect that. The White Rabbit girls actually managed to push up all the way to middle. Unfortunately, Deadshot was ready and waiting for it. Kinsley did manage to get Carnage, so I mean, there's a gun dropped somewhere, but whether or not they're going to be able to get it is going to be the question. It does seem like the Venom Gaming boys have now rotated and gone through lowers back to A now. Vivster getting a sound key here that one of the players is in snipers on top of that boost spot on B, so she's going to have a lot of information. Is going to get the shot into Deadshot. Can she go? Almost gets the second. Slay just manages to get behind triple. And now the WA girls have all the information and the guns. This is wonderful. Havoc does take Vista down, and now Kinsley.
Why do you always curse them?
I'm sorry, I'm just not for this anymore. I think Kinsley is going to have to save this though. She's got 19 HP and she has managed to get an AK, which I mean is extremely valuable if you look at the economy of the White Rabbit girls. Unless she goes for Ninja here, I think she is going to have to save it.
Yes, indeed she is. There is 1 T sitting in T spawn. Hopefully he won't pick out, but I think she'll be safe. If I look at... I hope she'll be safe. Bomb won't hurt her too much. There we go, and she survives with an AK. It's going to help the team a bit for the next round. Not really much they can do now. They're going to have to like try and do something around that AK, but not much that the rest of the team can really buy.
Yeah, no, I mean the economy for White Rabbit is still not looking too great. I mean if they can save some guns, or if they can win this round, then I mean they'll be pretty much set for the next round, and Venom should be okay as well. So we'll go into pretty much an equal buy for the round after this if White Rabbit does win. Ooh, Brinker getting a nasty shot there onto Havoc and starting the round off pretty what's the word you used earlier? Gutsy?
Gutsy, yes. Gutsy.
The gutsy players are coming out and Vista chiming in. That's already 2 players down from the side of Venom, so I'm not calling anything actually. No, never mind.
Oh, these people in chat makes me blush. I can't believe it. Oh, thank you, John.
I think Eddie for President will be happening very shortly. Xylem getting to Starlight actually. I think she was caught out there for a little bit. I think she was trying to get one of the guns that was dropped or something, but she was in middle alone unfortunately. And with that, it's kind of slowed down a little bit. We do see the Venom boys then now going back to a site. Maybe trying to go for a little bit of an A push.
It looks like it. Utility going out on A, but the CTs are ready for them there. I see they're holding a good angle.
I see Nikki is baiting for Kinsley. The guys don't have no idea that Kinsley is on site right now. And Nikki had to sacrifice her life, but she did bait for her teammates. And Kinsley with that is going to get a free kill onto Fear. And just like that, Carnage is the only player left for the side of Venom. In a 1v3.
Ooh, he gets 1. Unfortunately, can't get Kingslayer. Well played there by Kingslayer. And another round goes to White Rabbit and Amaryllis. It's now 5-4 in the favor of Venom Gaming. This is quite a close match, eh?
No, I'm enjoying this. I'm very happy to see that it's quite close. As I mentioned earlier though, with White Rabbit winning that, they're obviously now set in terms of economy. You can see all the pieces of utility out, all the rifles coming out. And Venom on the other hand...
Mixed buy.
It's a little bit of a mixed bag. They did have the money, but I think they want to set up so that they can get that all buy with full utility and whatnot. They are again going towards the side of B. I'm not sure if they're going to be doing this lower strat again. But here we have 5 players from the side of Venom doing a little bit of a slow B push, maybe playing for contact here. Only one player. As I say that, the Versa does find Xylem and...
Ornage with that insane headshot there. Can you believe it?
Oh, I have no words for that one. That was ridiculous. And now 3v5. Sure.
It's gonna be a retake from White Rabbit. Difficult one. Especially when Carnage gets the headshots like that.
Yeah, no, I feel like we need to we need to nerf Carnage with that deal. It's ridiculous. That nade did so much damage though. I'm not sure if Starlet's aware that there's two players in that corner. Unfortunately, she wasn't. And that mixed buy did work for the side of Venom, and we're going to a 4-6 scoreline.
Yeah, well played there by Carnage. I think he's the hero of that round. I'm definitely getting 3 good headshots there with the Deagle. I wouldn't want to be playing against him with a Deagle quite soon.
Yeah, I mean, like, no, all strats and all positions go out the window when players are hitting shots like that.
Well, every team needs a hero now and then.
It seems so. And with that, Venom Gaming is going to be going for an A push. I think this might be our first proper A execute, at least with full buys.
Ooh. Carnage standing a bit too close there, I think. But he did try to get some in.
Kinslayer is quite happy with that shot. He's going to get a chance to get another few kills. Unfortunately, it does go down to Havoc. And now it's only Starlight on a site. I think she might be pulling back and waiting for her teammates to retake this. She's getting a lot of information, is going to be hitting her own Deagle shots there. Unfortunately, does take a little bit of a nade to the face there. But, oh, Brinker! Chiming in
Headshots galore!
Just at the same time. I feel like both of these teams should just play with pistols. They're both ridiculous.
Oh my goodness!
What is happening? Now only Brinker and Xylem in a 1v1. Brinker has the bomb, she has the information, and she has the P250.
29 HP for Xylem. Oh my goodness.
Brinker clutches out ultimately with a 3k for White Rabbits.
Well done to
Brinker.
Brinker.
But incredibly well played. What is it with these teams and their pistols?
I think we should ban rifles and SMGs from now on and only play with pistols. It's much more entertaining.
With pistols only. It's ridiculous. That was beautiful work by the side of White Rabbit. I mean, not only just by Brinker, but by the entire team there. Very good communication and very good trades there. And I wanted to say, unfortunately, Carnage couldn't buy up, but he's got a Deagle, so I mean, he's got all the guns that he needs.
That's all he needs. It looks like it in this match.
Fantastic plays there, White Rabbit. Do you still see the... I'm not sure if it's... I mean, unfortunately it is a case with CTs, is that it's a little bit more expensive for CTs to buy up. But with as it stands so far, there's always been at least one player that hasn't had full armor on the side of White Rabbit.
But that's a problem with CTs. It always feels like you go rounds and rounds and rounds without getting anything to buy. But, well, it's a good nade there by Xylem on, who's that against 9 HP down. But yeah, that's the thing with CT side. You never have enough money to buy ever. Ooh, what a good shot there.
Through the wall, Knuckles.
That's quite good. I like that Afrikaans coming in from S.
I mean, sometimes you just can't say anything else.
Now we can start prying.
As it stands though, Venom Gaming is going to be getting the bomb side. Brinker is there to chime in. Oh, does get the shot on Sophia. Unfortunately gets smoked out, so she has... Oh, okay.
Having spamming through the smoke and getting a headshot on Brinker.
I was about to say, she doesn't have a line of sight, but Havoc clearly had a good idea.
He had an idea.
He had an idea. And with that 2v2, Starlight is on 9 HP, however, with an AWP. So AWP retake, she is already sitting on the 2k, so it's not impossible for her. And
but she's very dangerous with the AWP, to be honest.
And Kinslayer is sneaking up in apps here. I don't think the Venom guys are expecting this. Neither of them are watching apps, so Kinslayer can actually get a free kill out of this. But time is running out. And with the bomb bodied, I think they might actually have to save this. Yeah. No.
They won't be able to save.
Havoc is chiming in with his own 3k. First the kill through the smoke, and now the 2k to finish the round off. And that's a 7-5 scoreline. I don't even know what to say about that shot through the smoke to start it off with.
Yeah, it literally just spammed it and it got a headshot. I don't know if it's luck or anything, but we'll go with luck.
Well, either way, we're getting a treat, and we've got the White Rabbit goals on pistols again, so we're definitely going to be seeing some fun shots now. Oh, Nikki doing some damage. Kinslayer getting that kill. Nikki almost getting that kill on Sophia though. But so much damage is being chimed in, and Starlight finishing it off. Again, these pistol rounds. I love these pistol rounds.
Both teams seem to be doing very well with pistol.
Ridiculous. I think you're right. We should have a tournament with only pistols. Unfortunately for the White Rabbit, they couldn't close it out that side because they did not have the P250s. Either way, though, we are going to be going into our what's the second last round of the half?
Yes, indeed. A very enjoyable match. I must say, I really like casting this. It's such a good match to watch in terms of trades. I mean, we've been speaking about this since Mirage started tonight. The trades are just insane. Every time when there's a kill that's getting traded by the other team, and I think that's something that all players needs to try and do with the.
No, definitely. And we do see 4 deals inside of White Rabbit now, so this should be interesting.
Headshots coming in.
Brink is already doing a little bit of damage to Xylem, and Carnage also taking some damage. Oof. Xylem hitting some ridiculous shots to Brink there. Havoc chiming in with his own headshot onto Nikki, and Fear taking down Starlight. Leaves Kinsley and Vivster in a 2v5. Ooh!
Kingsley and 5 HP, but she took him out.
What did we say? She's gutsy, right?
Indeed, she is
for White
gutsy.
Rabbit, though, that round does go to Venom Gaming. Very well played there by Venom. They stuck their ground there.
Well, I do hope that White Rabbit can take this next round. Then it's going to be quite enjoyable to see them at T-side. A 9-6 is better than a 10-5, so let's hope that they can take at least this one round still. Well, I do think they can, if you look at their buy.
Yeah, no, they did the save for a reason. Again, though, I'm
Half
just...
armor on Starlight, but
yeah,
she needs the op. That's the...
She does need the AWP.
Salem getting a good kill there on Nikki.
Yeah, I think she wanted to get that early palace push there. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for her. But there's 4 players on Venom now pushing A side. Brinker's going to be the first to go down. Starlight chiming in onto Xylem. Again, Kinsley is in that position, that Gandalf position, as they so call it. Unfortunately, does get found out by Havoc. And now Starlight in a 1v3. And her position is unfortunately known, and we go to the second half with a 10-5 scoreline in favor of Venom Gaming. That was very quick, but unfortunately I think Venom was just in the right positions, finding out these players and catching them out of their positions.
Yeah, indeed. Venom playing very nicely as T-side. They showed good composure, good team play, good strats there. Actually, some stuff we didn't think would work, and it actually worked for them. Let's hope White Rabbit can do the same and pull a rabbit out of the hat for us next few.
Again, it's a good thing I'm keeping the metaphors to you. With that being said, it does seem like White Rabbit's going to be going to the side of B. I'm not sure if they're doing a contact play here, or they might also be going for the lowest player. Okay, no. It does seem like it's going to be a B execute. We do see the 2 Archer smoke coming out, yeah?
Execute coming in now.
That might be the McDonald's smoke, I'm not sure. Either way, though, those mollies make very quick work of the White Rabbit's push, and they are going to be wasting a lot of time, giving Venom time to rotate. Brinker doing a lot of damage. Kinslayer and Brinker chiming in to get the first few kills. And Brinker's hunting. She knows there's a player in the smoke, and they're going for it. Woo! Ridiculous shot there from Brinker onto dead shot. And now Venom Gaming only have 2 players to take this retake. Carnage, however, getting a ridiculous headshot. Starlight chiming in with her own.
Carnage, you beast.
We can't sleep on Carnage. He is going for this. Doing so much damage to the White Rabbit players. But they don't care. They are here and they won the round.
Carnage really plays fearless, but luckily in the favor of White Rabbit, they had 2 players against 1. But Carnage really, it's as if he's playing fearless. He's going in, he's not scared of anything. He's just going in there and getting them.
He's fearless, and he clearly did his best today because those headshots are on points. And we at least do get another pistol round, so I'm sure the viewers are quite happy with that. So we'll see what interesting plays we get this round.
I haven't done bots in ages.
You and me both. White Rabbit again going for this B player. I think they might be doing the same smokes and executes.
But this time there is 3 CTs on that B bomb site. So let's hope it works for White Rabbit.
Taking the first contact now. There's 3 players towards B now for Venom. Unfortunately, Deadshot does go down. And now, already a rotate. I don't know if they're going to suspect this boost though. Starlight nearly got caught up, but she made quick work of Havoc there. And now the damage is being chimed in. I don't think Venom is in the position for this. Vista doing some aggression. They're actually getting a kill out of it. And just Carnage left. Unfortunately, Starlight is there, ready and waiting. Very well played there from the White Rabbit Girls. They played that extremely well.
Yeah, very well played. Good start to the T side. We know that T side do tend to win a few rounds at start because it's very difficult for CT to start buying. But if you get 2-3 rounds in the pocket at the start of the half, you always have that advantage, and I think it's going to help them to build the momentum. We see that the CT is going to have to say one more round, and well, let's see if they can do something with these pistols.
Yeah, White Rabbit are still very aware of the economy of Venom Gaming, it seems like, because they're still sticking together quite closely. They're still going for these close B plays, which, I mean, if Venom Gaming were maybe stacking B, might not be in favor for the White Rabbit Girls, but as it stands, they have so much information now with these sound cues. They can hear the 2 players rotating in the middle. Yeah, they can hear that though. They've got the sound cues. And Burst is ready for it, as is Starlight, quickly making work of those players. With Kinsley gave that information that there's no one on A side. So the White Rabbit Girls have all the information they need. So much information being gathered by Kinslayer right now. And that's the B side taken with only 2 players left. I'm not sure if she's going to be aware of this player in Cypher's zone. There's the
He gave himself away.
Oh, but he actually does make it work. And Xylem is going to get 1 player down with that AK. Surely you have to go for the save here in this situation. I mean, especially if Nikki is on the hunt with the MP7 like that, I would run.
Yeah, she's quite dangerous with that MP7 there.
You can see the White Rabbit Girls are hunting for this last kill. They don't want the Venom boys to be saving any guns for the next round, especially not an AK. Oh, Xylem did catch up Starlight there with the timing, but Nikki did chime. Like I said, Nikki with that MP7, you have to be scared of that.
Yeah, she does play quite well with the MP7, and another good round there for the T side of White Rabbit Gaming. We see Venom Gaming, they did have a bit of a mix-up there in mid, but I think it helped to the advantage of White Rabbit. But like I said, the sound cues, we can see that these players really have good headsets, or it seems to have, that they seem to have good headsets, because they did listen to the sound cues from both sides, and that's how they won around.
As I said, they were playing it so well because they are going for those slow B plays. So they're holding their defaults, they're watching their back, and I am not sure where Kinslayer got that kill from, but she takes down the AWPer in middle. Was that through smoke?
No, I think that was just peek out of the smoke, if I remember now. I could have missed it, but I don't think so.
Spectating Xylem, so I didn't see, but here we go. And now the
White
Rabbit
director is broken.
Brinker does get the kill onto Deadshot, and it does look like it's going to be a B split again. So he is going to be left alone to deal with 3 White Rabbit Girls. Actually takes 2 down, and now Vista and Brinker left in a 2v2. They do have the bomb, however, and they do have time.
And they have bomb sight to themselves.
Exactly, they have enough time to get that bomb down and to get into a good position for this hold. They do know that 1 player is on Cat. I don't know if they're going to be expecting the market push right now, but Brinker does see the shoulder. Vista actually gets the money kill there, so...
And it's always nice to have a braai on a Wednesday evening, so good braai there.
I mean, it's a Tuesday.
No, I know. I'm just kidding. I wish it was Wednesday.
It's fine. Just one more day. And then we're there.
My days are so mixed up these days that I don't even know when it's Friday anymore.
You clearly need stronger coffee.
What's that?
With that, it does look like we're going to be getting a classic A push from White Rabbit. However, I hope they're expecting this mid push from Venom. You do see Brinker waiting for it, but the Venom guys are falling back. Maybe there was a bit of a sound cue there, but either way, there's 5 players on Venom waiting for this A push. The White Rabbit Girls, though, don't seem to be phased as they take down 2 and completely isolate the last 3 remaining players from the side of Venom. Not one single death from White Rabbit in this A take. That was clinical execution from White Rabbit. And now 3 players left for the retake. HP though is not looking great. Ooh!
1 down, 2 down, and 3 down by the White Rabbit girls there. Well played, ladies.
Not
They
dropping
just
a
seem to be
single player.
unstoppable.
No,
Yeah,
not dropping
very
a
unstoppable team there. Yeah, like I said, no death on their side. We're playing unstoppable as D side. The CTs, I don't know, the execute was so wild on A that they couldn't really do much. But let's hope in the case of Venom that these Venom boys will get some bunnies now and get some rounds there.
Well, we finally have a full buy now, so let's see what's going to happen this round. But I think, as you said, you know, the White Rabbit girls are quite gutsy, so I mean, T-side does work for them. Speaking of gutsy, though, Havoc does take that early peek and does manage to get a kill out of it. I think he's still hanging around there, maybe seeing if he can get another player. He has completely smoked off ramp, which is going to completely slow down the White Rabbit girls. So you have 2 players in Palace and 2 players in ramp now for this A push that's been completely halted. I don't think any of the smokes were wasted just yet, but still, that is going to put them on a disadvantage. And who's this? Deadshot has completely pushed up middle. I'm not sure if Brink is going to be expecting it. Deadshot
Not
is
at
going to manage
all.
to get 2 kills out of it. So I nearly didn't even notice it enough of the entire minimap.
Yeah, it's a quite
Goodness
good push up there by Deadshot. It actually worked in his favor, and I think he does know that there's one more player.
He has to know that there's another player.
Starlight
Starlight is ready
get-
for it. Nah, she's ready for it.
Now it's a
She's
2
gonna
versus
set it up.
4.
Yeah, in this situation, I mean, White Rabbit do have the money, so this is definitely, you know, you can go for this. Except when Xylem is doing things like that, but Starlight quickly chimes back in. Maybe she's going for that AWP.
Let's hope we can see a 1 versus 3 clutch in the favor of Starlight.
She's got the HP, she's got the gun, she's got the utility. I don't want to say anything because
And she's got the bomb.
I don't want to curse her, but let's just see how the round unfolds. I'm not sure if she's going to be expecting the counter push.
Oh, he stopped spraying there, but luckily for him, she couldn't turn around quick enough to get him.
I mean, unfortunately, you don't really have, you know, the information that you need, but...
But how many times have you had the same scenario where you spray with your AK or your M4 and you expect, like, is that da-da-da-da, 4 shots and it's dead, and then he doesn't die and you stop spraying and then you die? I've had so many instances where that happened to me, so I don't blame him.
Again, it happens to me so often. It's the reason that I'm casting and that they are the ones playing.
Indeed.
And with that, White Rabbit doing a little bit of mid control with that AWP. Venom right now is in a very default setup. You know, they've got 1 player towards snipers. They've got 2 players defending A side, 2 players defending B side. Not even 2 players helping out in the middle. With that snipers player finally moving off to connector, so they can basically be giving mid control to White Rabbit right now. You've only got 1 player contesting with that flash. I don't even think he saw anyone. I wasn't spectating him, but surely he should know that there is a player there. And with that Molly sound cue, he definitely knows now.
Yeah, I think they know now.
But Nikki is ready for it, and she does seem to be opening up the A side for the side of White Rabbit for mid to A push. Havoc does get Kinsley, however, but still, I mean, what are you
Nikki
gonna
could
do
have shot
against?
Maverick.
Yeah, what are you gonna do against 4 White Rabbit girls charging down with AKs? So
Angry
as-
rabbits!
Angry rabbits, but they don't have the bomb yet, so the plant's not going to be going down, and Carnage is actually going to be chiming through. Oh no!
Ooh, Fear getting 2 kills there quickly, getting a
The
good
bomb,
equalizer.
the bomb was left on ramp, so they couldn't plant, which gave Venom the time to get those few kills. And now Brink is left in a 1v2.
Who is gonna stand with his flash in the hand? Luckily, only the flash in his hand, nothing else.
Oh! Again, you can never know where those players will be sitting, but unfortunately for White Rabbit, that unfortunately didn't work out.
Yeah, well played there by Venom again. Venom. Whammon. Well played by Venom again there. But yeah, it's quite a good round. Good control there by Venom and good trades is again coming in, and they really help their teammates out. You can see both teams here play as a team. They play as team members, and there's not too much individual play coming in. Only the individual headshots helping out. Full rush on B.
You know, White Rabbit going for that full and quick P push, but Fear's ready for it. So much damage done by those mollies though. And you can see that the White Rabbit girls are now stuck in B. Venom is just going to be kicking away away now. Oh, Fear on his third kill now.
Oh, just carnage where you see. That's carnage everywhere. Bodies and death, and that's another round for Venom.
Unfortunately for the White Rabbit girls, those mollies and the smokes, and I think there was a nade or two, did so much damage that the White Rabbit girls just couldn't. They couldn't get out of apps. With Brinker isolated out of apps, being the only one that pushed through the molly and the smoke, she was left to die alone, and the rest were just picked off one by one. Zyla getting a ridiculous shot onto Becky. What the hell? The auto director is freaking out here and there.
Yeah, it's actually frustrating because I'm missing all the action. I want some action.
I mean, that's why we're here to cast what everyone's missing.
You know what I've just realized is we have never seen an XM in this match before. We haven't seen an XM at all. No XMs.
I think we're the only two players that plays XMs in competitions.
And it actually works. That's the scary part.
That shotgun is ridiculous. However, well, we'll see. Maybe they'll play an XM in the next two maps. We don't know. But for now, I'm the only two we know of. With that being said, though, Havoc is going to be getting the trade onto Vivster, and Carnage hasn't dropped a single player. Havoc then picking up the second onto Kinslayer, just chiming away the White Rebels. This push getting completely shut down. I think Xylem also did hear the sound cue in the middle, so he does suspect that there's a player. He definitely heard that dink, and now started going down. Not a single player dropped on the side of Venom for the 14-10 scoreline in favor of Venom.
Yeah, well played there by Venom again. The White Rabbit girls trying to get to sites, trying to get them kills, but just not working out for them. We do see a quite mixed buy again there, SMGs and a two scouts. Let's hope for their sake that they can get another round or two, because it's starting to get to the point of no return.
And it's getting a little bit tight there for White Rabbit. I bet it is BO3, so anything can happen, right?
Indeed, and we have an Inferno after this, so we know White Rabbit is quite good on Inferno.
Yeah, it's Inferno and then Train, I believe.
Yes.
I think this was... I'm not sure, you know, whose pick this was, because we obviously didn't get to see the map picks after the knife round. But if this was... if White Rabbit chose CT, then it would stand to reason that Venom was the one who chose Mirage. So Inferno might be White Rabbit's one.
I do think it's their map, and we know they are quite good on that map as well.
Yeah, and if this is Venom's pick, I mean, with this close of a scoreline, I'm pretty sure that White Rabbit is going to be giving Venom a run for their money with that headshot. Goodness gracious.
Really good headshot there. Took a bit of time to get that spray there on Fear, but eventually got the headshot there, and well played by her, leaving only one player left from Venom. And this might be the comeback we were waiting.
I mean, she's sitting pretty on a 3k now, and she's going for the hunt. She's going to get a lot of information. I'm not sure if Nikki's going to be suspecting this ramp player, though. She is waiting for it.
He's waiting for her as well.
Vivster does get the trade, though, and White Rabbit get the 11th round. So sitting on 11-14, obviously in favor still of Venom Gaming, but White Rabbit is catching up. And in terms of economy now, Venom is going to be able to buy this round, but if they lose another round, they're going to be completely reset.
And then it's going to be a few rounds on each side if they don't win this, because if White Rabbit wins this next round, I think it's going to be a close match. 15 all maybe, and maybe we have some overtime. I would like some overtime.
You know, I think overtime will just... It might be very close with these two teams.
You have such a scaly laugh there. I don't know what I did wrong, but okay, thanks. I'm trying my best. I bit my tongue and I'm tongue twisted.
I'm not laughing at you. I just imagine an Australia's kind of overtime where we sit for 6 overtimes.
Yes, imagine that.
I'm not sure if my throat can handle that kind of casting, but either way, Venom Gaming making quick work of White Rabbit's push there. Now only 2 players left on White Rabbit. Make that one player with Havoc getting a ridiculous shot through the smoke. I think there was a gap. Deadshot is going to be catching Nikki out. Unfortunately, she was just looking at the wrong place at the wrong time. And that's the 15th round for Venom.
Yeah, and I must say, I think now the snake is in the venom, the rabbit hole. The venom snake is in the rabbit hole, literally. No way out for the rabbits in this map, unless they can get a good round or two now, which I hope they do, because we know they can. But it looks like Venom is on fire. There is a Galil coming in on the side of White Rabbit, so let's hope they can use it. And they moved over to the next map while I was speaking. We don't know who the winner is. No!
I would assume with how quickly it went that obviously Venom Gaming would have won.
I wanted to give it the benefit of the doubt. Come on, man.
I mean, I had faith in that Gilili. I had faith in that Gilili. Unfortunately, though, we did not get to see the end of the map. We'll make sure we get that information to the team.
But I do assume it's a Venom victory over White Rabbit. The Snakes getting the first round there over the Bunnies. Well, I just need to say, if you remember from the Iris League where White Rabbit played, they actually had probably the biggest upset when they won Bravado FE on Inferno. And I think Inferno is also the map where they took Energy FE to overtime. So we know they are quite good on Inferno, and hopefully, for White Rabbit's sake, they can take Venom on Inferno.
Yeah, no, I mean, we do have information that Mirage was Venom Gaming's pick, so again, it stands to reason with such a close game. Like, granted, the scoreline didn't necessarily represent it, because I assume, obviously, if Venom won that last round, it would have been a 16-11, sorry, scoreline.
Yes.
Well, 15-11 is the last we saw, so anyway, 16-11 scoreline. So I mean, as much as that doesn't represent how close that game was, there was so much damage traded out between Venom and White Rabbit. Each round came down to basically one or two players, except for the few rounds that either White Rabbit or Venom Gaming, it was pretty much even either way, where they would win the round with all 5 players still alive, normally on eco rounds for the other team, things like that. Otherwise, it was pretty much even.
Yeah, I must say, I'm agreeing with you on that. The thing is that literally you don't see as many trades coming in matches in South Africa competition these days. It's usually you get 2 or 3 players trading on each other, and the rest they just go on their own. So this is actually very good to watch, where you see both teams getting their trades, equalizing every time when there's somebody that gets killed on your team. You equalize immediately, and that's something that made this so close that I don't think we expected such a close match. I didn't expect such a close match, especially because I didn't know Venom Gaming before. But now we know what they are capable of, and I think we're going to see a lot more close rounds. And like you said, the score 16-11 in the favor of Venom Gaming doesn't really reflect on how close the rounds actually were, because I mean, it's actually 1 versus 1, 2 versus 1 rounds that was lost in the brink of a moment. So well played there by both teams.
Yeah, no, we did. Unfortunately, there was a little bit of a forgetfulness on one of the team's side, and they forgot to just wait a little bit. But either way, they should remember for the next map.
We'll forgive him for now.
We're just keep finding out if there will be a 10-minute break or not. I think the players might need a little bit of a stretch after such a game. Like you said, everything was so close in terms of damage alone. I'd say it was pretty much even, except for the few ridiculous headshots from those deagles. You know.
Yeah. Good. I must say, you have a good one there. Stretching is good after you get that headshots. Your head's probably sore from all the head banging from the bullets, so I think a break would be good. But I don't know. It looks like these guys are hungry for more.
I think we do also need to apparently change the model view for the stream itself.
Everybody's complaining about left-hand view.
Yeah, I think the viewers might have a little bit of a heart attack if they have to watch another map like that.
So, what's your thoughts on Inferno? Map-wise, do you like it? What's your favorite plays on this map, and what's your favorite side to play?
Okay, asking quite a few questions there. Okay, well, let's start with your favorite site. I think my favorite site is still going to be B. I think for most maps, my favorite site is B actually. So that's a pretty easy one. In terms of Inferno as a view as a map, it's a relatively interesting map. It's also a very pretty map, I'd say. It's like one of the more decorated maps that we have in the Cisco pool. I I don't know. I feel like for me, Inferno is my as Mirage is to you, basically. I feel like I've played
Okay.
this map too much.
Yeah,
I don't,
I think Inferno is overplayed as well. I do agree with you, but I still prefer it over Mirage. I think that's the big thing.
yeah, no, I mean, especially with regards to, that little pause where Dust was obviously swapped um, out of the competitive pool. A lot of the players and a lot of the teams, I would say, moved over their three map choice. uh, to maps like Mirage, Inferno, Overpass to be the main three. So obviously, in terms of casual matchmaking and things like that, it was most of the maps that you were searching was Inferno, Mirage, Overpass. So I think for me personally, I think it's a bit overplayed, but I mean it's a fun map. Um, the executes that can come out of it. There's very interesting smokes and pieces of utility that can come out of it. So it's a fun map. It's definitely one of those maps where some clutch plays can definitely come out of it. So I enjoy the map. I don't personally enjoy playing the map, but I enjoy watching the map. And you?
Yeah, I must say I also enjoy the map. Just some statistics. Again, I'm referring to the Iris League just because White Rabbit participated there. But if you look at the Iris League, I think almost 70% or more of the maps that was played or the map choices did include Inferno. So almost every night you saw an Inferno map being played, and I think that's why you feel the way you feel about Inferno. And I do agree with that; it is a bit overplayed, but I think because the map is so interesting and so decorative, like you said, it's a map that you actually quite enjoy, and it's a map that you can decide you can play fast-paced or you can keep it passive. It do accommodate. It does accommodate both sides of gameplay, aggressive, passive. It's for me also. I can't really say it's CT or T sided. Yes, CT sided do tend to do better on Inferno, but I always feel I do better as a T side on Inferno, and that's why I enjoy this map because for me it's that unpredictability. You can't really say beforehand who's going to win and what's going to happen. And rotate on this map is also very interesting because you have so many routes you can go to rotate. Um, it's just an interesting map, and that's why I love it. I don't like it. I love it.
I mean, to each his own. But I definitely agree with what you're saying in terms of it's a fun map. Like I said, like in terms of watching it, I think it's a very interesting viewers map. It does accommodate for those fast aggression players like rushing up B or waterfalling out of apps. It's definitely one of those maps that you can go either or. Uh, yeah, I in terms of what we just saw from the Venom guys and what Rabbit Girls, I think we might be sitting on a close game. Surely more in favor of White Rabbit since, like you said, it is one of the maps that they played so much, especially in the Iris League. I definitely think it's one of their main maps. So it's going to be interesting to see. It does seem like the players are opting to rather just play on instead of taking a 10-minute break.
Yeah, it does seem like they're just gonna play on. I don't know if they maybe took a break, some of them, and the rest are just having fun. I see here Heinrich. Sorry, my daughter's in the background, guys. If you hear that, I see here Heinrich Swart ask Ed a bit more fried eggs, please. What?
I'm assuming they're talking to your puns.
So they need more puns. Pans. Eggs and pans.
I mean, you are doing quite well.
I'm. Yeah, I'm trying.
Yeah, apparently one of the players is having connection issues, so they'd rather play sooner rather than later.
Well, luckily for me, I'm sorted with a good cup of coffee. I just got one from my beautiful wife, so I'm sorted.
Yeah, They are gonna go through with the round because we can't depend on some internet here. You know how it
Well,
is.
it's South Africa, so internet is always a problem.
Yeah,
It's
one.
as if like when you play in South Africa, any matchmaking match, you'll have somebody disconnecting sometime over the match, and I think that's probably 90% of all the matches that you play. I don't know
That's
if you've.
it's exactly that. That's why if you have internet, you should play. Don't wait for 10-minute breaks. Just play. You never know what's gonna happen. So yes, I think they are going to be starting very shortly. We're obviously just on the delay, but they should be going. So now with Venom Gaming obviously winning the round, I'm not 100% sure on the structure, but per my knowledge, I think they should be doing a knife round for the
Yes,
sides.
it's a knife round in mid Inferno to decide what side they will choose. To decide the side of this map.
And since you asked me last time what side Mirage was, I'm going to ask you this time. What side is Inferno? Is it more T-sided, CT-sided?
Inferno is based on the Italy side of the world, if that makes sense. No, just kidding. The side for Inferno, I would definitely say that for me, Inferno does tend to be a bit more CT-sided. Reason being, you do have that advantage of getting a bit more angles that you can use to your advantage, but we usually tend to win Inferno T-side rather than CT side. But I would think most people would agree that Inferno is generally assumed to be a CT-sided map.
I think it's again. I feel like you can basically apply this logic, I guess, to any kind of map. If you have a team that is extremely good at taking control and obviously getting those entry frags, like if you have a player on your team that is extremely good with entering, especially with that AK and getting those headshots, or in this case with these players, the Juandigs or the P250 kills, then I mean any map is basically your side. You know, is your terrorist side. Especially because you can just have, as you mentioned earlier, you can have so much momentum on Inferno. I mean, if you have that player that's just getting those frags onto B, they're pretty much unstoppable. They can wrap all the way around to CT, catch those rotators off from A sites, and that's pretty much your team's map. So
yes, that's actually correct. Well, I think that's, like I said, most of the maps you can get to that conclusion, as we see the knife round kicking off now. What's wrong with my tongue?
And again, White Rabbit is just so quick to the knifing position, always catching Venom off guard. Brinker is unfortunately left in a 1v2 though, with no HP. Venom is going to be able to choose the side, unfortunately, for
And
White Rabbit.
unfortunately, that is a bunny that they used to know.
I feel like you prepared for these puns.
No, I didn't. I'm like trying to make it up while we go.
Goodness gracious. I feel like you have a piece of paper right next to me.
I will send you a picture of my desk. I only have the coffee and my hazelnut yogurt.
Are you doing a plug here? As it stands, it does seem like Venom Gaming is going to be doing a swap, so they will be starting on CT side. So maybe for them, they also prefer the CT side the start. You know, maybe it's more CT sided for them than just T side. However, I think it's very dangerous to leave, as you mentioned earlier, the White Rabbit girls in a place where they can be aggressive. I mean, we've seen Brinker do ridiculous entries, and then with Vivian and Kinslayer backing her up, and Starlight and Nikki just chiming in, getting those trades. It's ridiculous, especially on these pistol rounds. Carnage getting
Carnage headshot. Not a headshot by Carnage.
Ridiculous, and he's prepared for this push. Again, no fear plays, but as I mentioned earlier, Brinker and Vivster, very dangerous on pistol rounds.
A very good entry there on site.
These headshot, I don't think we've had a kill that isn't a headshot so far.
Yeah, headshots galore. Pistol round, like you said, pistol rounds is exciting.
Again, we should just have a tournament where teams only play with pistols. Vivster! Get what? 4K headshot only. 4K headshot only. I mean, Brinker's still her ace, but 4K headshot for Vivster, that was ridiculous.
One day when I'm older, I want to get headshots like that.
When you grow up, you want to be like Mister.
Yeah, I want to grow up to be like Mister.
I want to be a real boy. Alright, as we're moving into the second round, we obviously see that the White Rabbit girls have a full buy with Venom basically doing a complete eco, except for the nade push that they tried on B side, but with no White Rabbit girls waiting there, they're gonna have pretty much free reign if they push now onto A site.
Yeah,
Only
but we
one.
do see the rotates going now towards the A bomb site from the CT. Making
There's
use of the info they got, sorry.
no armor, no pieces of utility, no diffuse kits on the side of Venom. This is a complete save, except for the few nades that they bought. I don't know if Zyla's gonna be able to catch up. Vivster here.
Nikki rushing like she doesn't care at all.
Ridiculous headshots coming out now from both sides.
Get that pun though.
No, I got the pen.
She's rushing like she doesn't care at all.
I will leave the viewers to enjoy your puns.
I'm so sorry. I'm so bad at this. It's cheesy. Another round for White Rabbit. Well played there. Good Russian taking the site when they decided to go.
Your puns make for a very interesting cast. You know, that's why I can't you know, finish the puns or continue the puns. Otherwise, it's gonna be way too cheesy. With that, Venom Gaming is going to be going for the pistol buy now, and again a nade stack. So I'm not sure if they're going to be nade stacking middle or B.
It's a B.
It's always a B. Havoc still has his nade available.
Good damage there though.
Yeah, those nades chipped a lot of damage, but White Rabbit just going for the rush here. Venom does get a shot, but Brinker just finishing off Venom Gaming guys left, right, and center.
Brinker's fearless with that MP7.
As you mentioned, gutsy, very gutsy, and very scary on the terrorist side. I do think it might have been a mistake if we based it off on the previous map. Oh! It might have been a mistake to let Carnage have Deagle.
Indeed. Carnage is Deagle galore.
With that Starlight getting the trade, but still very, very well played there from White Rabbit. What I was trying to say is, based on the previous map, I would have not wanted White Rabbit to start off on T side. I mean, we saw as soon as they started that second half with a 10-5 deficit, and we ended with a 15-11 scoreline. So I mean, why would you let them have T side first? I would be terrified.
I am still terrified here. I'm shivering while I'm sitting here.
With that being though, Venom has their full buy. They have full kits, full armor on everyone, and pieces of utility all ready for this round. You know, the saves and the few kills that they did get and the damage that they chipped away, they did make for the difference. So
let's hope that White Rabbit took some anti-venom for this round.
White Rabbit already have apps control though, and Starlight's already peeking out. Boiler, I don't think she's expecting that player boosted on the rooftop there. That Molly's actually going to miss. Okay. A little bit of a smoke back there. Just barely, Carnage does get away. Havoc backing him up there, does manage to get out of that situation. And now two players down on White Rabbit. Havoc doing ridiculous work. Silent finally
Havoc
jumping in.
stinging like a snake bite there.
The defense here from Venom Gaming is ridiculous. Carnage. Just fearless. He doesn't care. He doesn't care about sound cues.
And now Nikki is left to alone himself in the snake pits, but she gets killed by Xylem.
That was very good positioning there by Xylem on that balcony area. You can perfectly see that N1 push there. And I mean, that defense there from Venom Gaming, that was beautiful defense. I mean, there was such clear, good communication from the Venom side. Falling back when needed be, having your teammate back you up immediately with pieces of utility, or just straight out fragging like ridiculous CSGO players. And yeah, I mean, that's all she wrote there for White Rabbit for that round. But
and it's Deagles.
It's Deagles. I don't think I can say anything more, and I don't think I want to say anything more because I don't want to curse anyone.
Deagles equals headshots. That's what I've learned in maths.
Oh no! Headshots.
The headshot equals headshot.
That B push. I mean,
what just happened?
Deadshot, basically, they just wanted to take that B control, you know, they smoked the bottom of B and they obviously flashed and then pushed through. And Deadshot just got a beautiful M1, like, spray there. I think those were all headshots, weren't they?
Those were all headshots, yes. I think Havoc Spray also, the last one got a headshot eventually with the last bullet. So well done there by Venom. Coming back now strong here. Well,
I mean,
usually when CT start buying, it tends to turn out like.
I think Vista just forgot her gun in spawn there, unfortunately. So the push was a little bit delayed. We do see that Kinsley is ready and waiting for that apps push. At the moment, she's just holding that second mid. I think they are going to be trying this B push again, regardless of what happened last round. They're going for this. You see that top B smoke.
Well, what's the chances of it happening again, though? I mean,
they didn't have guns last round.
yeah, getting a kill there, Breaker.
Breaker just edging a little bit too forward, and unfortunately, Fear does have that advantage with that peak. So, oh, you do see the Venom boys now falling back, and then one of the players from A side rotating off. They're expecting this B push. So if the White Rabbits actually did go through with this, they will be at a disadvantage. With that third player they're waiting. Because I mean, B basically you only have one chokehold, right? So if you just have that extra player, I mean that's such a disadvantage for the terrorist side. And Venom Gaming is reading this. They have all the sound cues they needed. They've got all the pieces of utility. White Rabbit taking a risk. They're pushing through smoke, and Nikki's gonna get the. Oh, Nikki got that beautiful flick onto who was that? I think that was Deadshot.
Yeah, but Fear did get a good trade there, and now it's 4 versus. Make it 4 versus 1.
They're going to be pushing for this, but Starlight is ready for this.
That was quite a poisonous shot there by Starlight on Carnage.
I mean, you can't be peeking one by one when Starlight's posting with an AWP. What do you think?
You can try, but you won't succeed.
She does have an issue though. There's 3 players, and one of them's already pushing up behind her. What a ridiculous headshot. She needs to be careful to not lose this AWP.
Ooh, that nade. Well, I think that guy, if he was hungry, he's not hungry anymore after you ate that nade. But next round, 3-3 all.
I keep being lost for words with these pushes because there's such incredible individual plays coming out from both sides, but it's always just a coin toss as to who's actually winning this round or not because it's so close. But Venom Gaming so far have been on the advantage. I mean, it's still anyone's game. We still got a 3-3 scoreline.
And it's only up and some hits on the side of White Rabbit, but
unfortunately was completely blind there. Only one AWP on White Rabbit. I mean,
that's the one they saved.
They've got 2 Deagles, 2 P250s, and an AWP, but...
Hey, what are you talking about? There's 2 pocket ops, come on.
Too many AWPs, basically. And, I mean, they've already taken out... Who is this pushing through in 1? Brinker almost getting the surprise kill on Carnage there. Nikki and Vista there stuck in B apps unfortunately aren't going to be able to get out of there. I think there was just way too much pieces of utility. My auto director wasn't there. Couldn't see what was happening there. And our Kid Slayer left in 1v5. I mean, I would assume to say, but she's hearing all these sound cues. I mean, there's literally players from Venom Gaming all around her. Oh, get out, girl.
It's now bunny hunting season, as you can see, and unfortunately, she didn't survive.
I mean, when you have 5 Venom players hunting for you...
That's like living on a farm alone as a rabbit, and the young oaks decide they want to go on a rabbit hunt in the evening. It's not gonna...
Oh gosh. I swear you've prepared these things. Alright, well with that we are going into the 8th round. Venom doesn't seem to be taking that B control again.
I'm trying to keep my laugh in, sorry.
It's fine. It is a charity cup, we do need some laughter here. It is for a good cause at the end of the day. Venom Gaming actually getting that B control now. As I said, I thought they were slowing it down, but it did seem that they finally so good. And they're falling back with the sound cues that came out there. I think if White Rabbit is going for this, the Deadshots and the Spear should be ready for this. Oh, that nade onto... Oh, Fear is not having a good time with these pieces of utility. Almost every single piece of utility has hit Fear in one way or another. He's not having a good time right now.
He's feeling it, but we do see that White Rabbit is starting to either be bomb side, pushing through.
But I mean, Venom Gaming have all the sound cues they need. I mean, they've got one player completely pushed through second mid, so they know that this is going to be a B push. And with the execute coming through, that nade! What is happening?
Oh, Silent! Oh, it's carnage again, all over, and that quiver's coming in. Another hungry person fed by Nate.
I mean, I'm pretty sure a few first shots with through smoke from Venom Gaming side, completely shutting down White Rabbit right there. That I'm speechless.
Lost for words again. I can see.
Again, it's such quick individual plays that, you know, one kill is followed up immediately by 4 other kills, either completely on the one side of the team or completely on the other side of the team. The trades so far between the two teams has been completely one-sided. You know, these 1v1 fights have been completely in favor of Venom so far. So
Venom taking a lot of damage there by that nade, though. Sorry.
And no, it's fine. And again, White Rabbit is on that save. I mean, that was their first, not their first full buy, but one of their first full buys after all the saving and all the running away from Venom players with 1 orb. So much effort put in, and unfortunately there was nothing that they could monetize off of that.
Yeah, now we see 4 deagles on this side of White Rabbit, which means it's not the best situation for close range, unfortunately, if you have deagles. As you can see, they're not winning the close range fights. Nikki does get a kill on Xylem there, but gets traded immediately by Havoc, and that leaves only Starlight there.
I mean, Havoc just playing out of his mind right now.
Yeah, he's completely, like, having a lot of Havoc there.
He's having a field day right now with that orb. Just picking off eco kills one by one. But finally, White Rabbit is on the buy round again. So we're going to see if they're going to be changing it up a little bit now to see if you know, they can remedy the mistakes that they've been making. Obviously, Venom Gaming is still holding so many pieces of utilities for when White Rabbit want to take the push. And they're obviously using so many sound cues that by the time White Rabbit wants to push...
Ooh, Brinker getting a good headshot.
I mean, strategy doesn't matter when you've got Brinker pulling off headshots like that. But again, they need to try and bait out some of the pieces of utility or bait out some of the players at this point.
Yeah, otherwise it's just going to be wabbit hunting season like whose comment we got here. Andrew said it's wabbit hunting season. Wabbits!
I think the viewers have been inspired by your puns.
Carnage getting 2 kills. And a good assist there as well, Carnage.
Again, these defenses are so incredibly strong. I mean, I was criticizing Venom's choice for picking CT, but they are clearly prepared on this Inferno side for defense. I'm curious to see what the half is going to be like.
Let's hope that it is more of a city-sided map than for White Rabbit. Although the half isn't done yet, anything can happen. As you can see, Nikki getting a good kill there, Kingsley getting a good kill on Carnage there, taking out all the players on B, and now B is open, and it's going to be a retake scenario for the city.
Not just that, but Kingsley is in such an aggro position, so I mean, if she gets 1 kill, she doesn't get anything. She's at least making timing for Nikki. She does get the kill onto Xylem, and now Nikki left in a 1v1 situation with Havoc.
But HP 19 HP.
Yeah, I was just about to say, HP-wise...
Oh, the peak!
Chris!
Oh, that peak almost worked for her, but the spray just let her down there.
I mean, she leveled out the HP playing field a little bit, but... Oh no, that smoke.
Spray, Nikki!
So close that she does get the clutch.
She gets it!
Oh
goodness
my
gracious me. Well,
I mean,
that's one of those scenarios where your underpants has like either a weight mark on it, or there's like a hole in it because you got it eaten out by your ass.
Gosh.
Sorry, this is PG. I'm sorry, guys, but usually when I get stressful like that, you know that scenario where it's like a goldfish opening its mouth. That's the way I go when I get that.
I don't know, between Venom and White Rabbit's trading of kills and their individual plays and your puns, I am going to be left speechless for the rest of this cast.
As long as it's a good speechless.
With that being said, incredible plays there by... Oh
Xylem?
my goodness! By Xylem getting
and Fear, not a headshot! Headshots galore!
these. It's fine. You just go on.
Yeah. Well, while you recatch your breath there, we see that the CTs do make their way down to Banana. Starlight sitting and waiting, but oh, she does get a good pick there on Fierce. She sees him. Now it's Deadshot. Oh, Havoc getting a good shot there on Nikki.
Starlight doing so much work in B-side alone, but unfortunately for her and for the rest of the White Rabbit team, they do just get picked out. They were so dispersed around the map that they were just getting picked off by Venom. I mean, even if you did get the first kill, there was always a second Venom player to take the trade.
And
so now, again,
rounds is not as close as the previous map, the last 4 or 5.
I'm quite surprised. I'm not sure if White Rabbit is a little bit tired, or maybe their confidence is a little bit low from that first map, because it is one of the maps that they've played so much. But you never know. Like with these games, sometimes a halftime is all you need to reset your mindset and then just go for it, or just a ridiculous play from one of your teammates. But at this stage, that's all that Venom's been doing. They've all been playing so individually, incredibly, and getting early picks like that. With Xylem getting the first kill on Sylvester, now they've got an inkling that there is something going on in Apps. You can see that the two players are looking towards Apps side. I don't know if they're going to be expecting this mid push though. Brinker does get traded out now, and now it's only 3 White Rabbit girls going for this push. Havoc and Xylem doing quick work with the White Rabbit girls. The Kinslayer ultimately getting taken out, and that's an 8-4 scoreline in favor of Venom Gaming.
It's Havoc on a bomb site.
It's Havoc, it's Xylem, it's Carnage, it's Fear, it's Deadshot. They've all had such individual moments. I mean, we had Deadshot freaking running down Banana, getting a 3K. We had Carnage getting deagle headshots left, right, and center. Xylem getting shots through smokes. It's that motivation that it's just they're cutting not only White Rabbit's HP down, but they're cutting White Rabbit's confidence down at this stage. I mean, these plays, I would be dead stricken after these.
That nade is gonna eat her. And that's a Quivers for me!
That's a second Quivers.
I love the Quiverses. That's one reason why I like Inferno. You see a lot of Quiverses coming in.
It's such close quarters. And, I mean, how would you be if you've been, like, Quivers? Almost 2 rounds down.
Well, usually when I get Quivers, I do give out some sort of swear word, but I won't say it on the air. So it's not a nice feeling, but it's nice to watch it though.
It's this mentality. Like the plays that are coming through from Venom are aimed at mentality so much as they are at HP. Oh.
Again, look at like 5 versus 3. It's just as a Venom, they just do it right. I don't know. Everything's just going in their favor now. I don't know why. It's like they just play as a unit and it works for them.
It's not just that, but they also, even if they're not playing as a unit, they have so many pieces of utility that make up for that. None of the utility is getting baited out here, and White Rabbit going for this 8 push. Xylem getting the first kill onto Vivster, Starlight finally getting that trade, and now there's 2 players on Venom Gaming. We have Havoc sneaking up behind the White Rabbit girls. I don't think they're going to be expecting this, and Starlight's going to be caught out. That's the bomb down. And now we only have Nikki in a 1v4 situation with an AWP. And unfortunately, some bad timing because she gets taken down by Havoc. So it's so much lack of pulling that utility out of Venom Gaming so that they don't have that kind of, safety net for when the White Rabbit girls are pushing.
Yeah, well, I do hope that these bunnies can get the Energizer batteries charged, because it doesn't look good at this stage for them. Hopefully we can get some Energizer bunnies if they start playing a bit.
This nade stack onto B might actually be doing some damage. Unfortunately, just misses Fear and Deadshot, but the Deagles that are coming out.
Kingsley with a headshot! Not a headshot by Vivster!
Vivster just going, and Nikki going with
Another kill by Nikki! Sorry,
players...
I'm getting so excited.
I'm getting excited. That was beautiful. By White Rabbit. Oh my goodness!
Just as I started talking about the Energizers, it worked.
I feel like the White Rabbit girls heard you and they're ready and going for it. I mean, that was great. They switched it up completely, and Venom just couldn't deal with it. I mean, what can you do when people are getting running quad leagues? But as it stands, 3v2 in favor of White Rabbit, and Kinsley getting that first kill onto Havoc. Only Xylem left now in the 1v3 with the AWP.
He does get one, but he gets killed there by Nikki. Well played. Everybody give your Energizer batteries to this bunnies. They deserve it.
That was such beautiful work, and now we do finally. I was just about to mention this. I'm hoping that either the White Rabbit girls or the Venom Gaming guys do take a time out and just kind of reset, talk about it. But that was so well played by White Rabbit there. That's exactly what they needed. They needed to switch it up. They needed to be a little bit fast paced, and honestly, just be as gutsy as you mentioned that they could be.
Yeah, that was a very aggressive push onto B, and it worked. I mean, the CTs didn't expect it at all because they got used to the tempo that White Rabbit played, and I think that, well, it took them off guard totally, and I think it worked for White Rabbit. Hopefully, they can keep it up. I wouldn't say that they should do the same thing now because they will probably try and get a bit more support on the B-bomb side. But I mean, if they can do the same for an apps push or a mid push, it can definitely work for them. Because I don't really see that there's anybody from the Venom side holding mid with an AWP really. The guy seems to be sitting archers every time when I look. I don't know if I've missed it.
Sorry, say again?
Like the opper from Venom, he seems to be sitting archers instead of checking mid immediately. I don't know if
I've noticed he swapped it around quite a bit. I mean, we remember that round that he was on balcony actually, sitting with AWP watching Boiler after he had rotated
yes.
in one. But also Carnage has been taking the archer's position more, I think, than that of the AWPer. So that's why you always see Xylem as one of the last rotates. Because Carnage is that first rotate. I presume, I mean, you've seen what Carnage can do. He's got the aim, he's got the reaction time to make it. So I think that's why they put him in that archer's position, so that he can be a quick rotate to B. And that's exactly what's been hindering the White Rabbit girls, is not only that they have so many pieces of utility to fall back onto, even if they don't get those initial shots, but also that they always have a player advantage because they read these sound cues. Carnage is so quick on the rotate, sometimes prematurely. Hello?
Shout out Xylem, your girlfriend loves you.
Yeah, I
Chat
do
pass
see that
by.
there's a shout out there from Xylem to Shimon Smith. So yeah, shout out there from the players to the spec.
I mean, that's a classical look mama made it moment right there.
I was on the TV once, but I had to climb off because my dad was afraid that the TV will break.
I swear you've got these things prepared. And with that, unfortunately, White Rabbit does get quite a lot of damage taken out, ultimately resulting in Nikki taking her getting her life taken from one of the Venom boys. But now the bomb is towards A side. We've got two players in Banana, one player obviously just keeping out, lookouts on the middle now. Are we trying to go for a fake here?
It does look like it. They're trying to draw as much of attention towards the B-bomb side going to A, but the CTs doesn't really fall for that at this stage. Stacking A with 3 players.
I'll have to see what happens. These alt tabs are really killing me. Vista trying to take on Fish. It does seem like they were going to be going for a fake because these players are taking so much contact right now. We obviously do see that they pulled Carnage back. Vista going to get the first kill onto Deadshot, chiming away so much damage. Also taking a lot of damage, actually.
Vista headshot! Well done! And she was flashed.
Yeah, completely. And she gets that headshot onto Carnage and Starlight getting the trade. I think they're actually going for the ninja pop right now.
Look at that!
But look what they've done. They've completely pulled off all the players on Venom.
They think it's a B!
They think it's a B. Brinker is solemnly got her footing onto A side. The bomb is planted and the Venom guys only just realized it. That's going to be so much time taken off Venom Gaming's clock. Vista's ready taking this. Oh, sorry, not Vista, Brinker. My apologies. Brinker. Oh gosh. No, I can't speak. I'm completely
lost them.
That was so beautifully played.
Brinky getting one, getting another, and that's a round for White Rabbit. 9-6 half time. I must say that was quite exciting. The last 2 rounds from White Rabbit, they got a bit more aggressive, and they outplayed the CTs completely by doing that ninja.
I mean, it had me so excited that I honestly just couldn't control my pronunciation in any sense. But that was what a style to take your last round of the half.
Well, you get a lot of love as there's Basil Katakozinos, who says, shout out to the caster, she sounds hot though.
Feel
Just
like
saying.
now you're just trying to really mess up my pronunciation.
Are you
But-
blushing?
There's no proof. Anyway, with that, Venom Gaming is going to be going for the B push now. Very quick succession, similar to what White Rabbit did in that previous round just before this. A lot of damage getting traded there with that nade! Brick and nearly taking out Fear completely. Left on 9 HP now. I think they should have this B defense in control. We've already got one player rotated. It's all going to come down to headshots now. Vivster getting the trade. Carnage and Havoc chiming in with their own headshots. So much damage being done right now, and Brick ultimately left. And a 1v3 getting the first headshot onto Xylem. I don't know if she's going to be expecting this other player from CT though. He's completely wrapped A side. And that means that they can completely wrap all the way back to A. Oh no.
A sneaky play from the Venom guys.
That was so... That was actually really... That was a good adaptation. Oh no. There's a double fake now. Because Venom Gaming just gave the sound cues that they were going back to A side, but they rotated and completely went back B side. Assuming that Brinker fell for it, which she did. And now she's going to be not only late for the retake, but Venom Gaming is going to have complete time and comfortability on this B side. I mean, I'm enjoying the mind games. I mean, White Rabbit played Venom Gaming in the last round, and now Venom Gaming is chiming back, if not almost immediately.
These
Very
Venom
well
guys
played.
can run for parliament. They can play enough mind games on all the citizens.
Oh goodness gracious! Oh, Brinker getting the headshot onto Deadshot.
What?
She's got a Glock, and she's got guts. Oh, unfortunately she didn't have the angle though, and Havoc is going to win it out for Venom Gaming, making it a 10-6 scoreline, obviously in favor of Venom at the moment. I'm
Pistol rounds are just insane. I can just say that. Pistol rounds are insane. I love it. I love pistol rounds.
Pistol rounds are so interesting though, because it's not only are we getting ridiculous shots, but we're also getting ridiculous plays and mind games. I love that. That was so well adapted by Venom, and now they're doing this quick mid push.
Ooh, Nikki
With
gets a
SMGs.
side.
Nikki does
Headshot.
get the kill onto Havoc. That's the first entry now, but I don't think they're going to be expecting. I was going to say that. I don't think they were going to be expecting Nikki over there, but unfortunately they do, and now they're wrapping to B again. This double fake, but Brinker's ready for it. She gets the first kill before she does take him down, and Kinsley now in a 1v3. So much damage done by Carnage. They're getting those initial 2 entries. And
Very good plays from D side here. Very good plays.
such quick adaptation. I don't know if there was a gun dropped for, at least known to Kinsley. I think she's looking for that gun drop that was that first kill by Nikki. Unfortunately, isn't going to find it, so she's just going to go for it. I hope she spots that there might be a fear lurking here, waiting for this this rotation. Just doing a
Well,
little
I
bit of
think
drop spotting.
Fear is he's presuming she's there.
I
He's
don't
trying
think
to bait her out.
I don't think he knows. I think he's just just keeping a lookout for a default push. I think she's actually going to wait this out and see if she can get some entries. She clearly has the sound cues that he's there and waiting.
He's 6 cents telling that she's not there.
But
Not
there's
there.
a second player getting very close.
What's wrong with the director?
I've already moved off the director.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump through them now as well. Much better.
Apologies,
Whoa.
obviously, to the viewers if our casting doesn't match what you're seeing on the screen. We will try and keep you guys in the loop as much as we can as to what is happening. For now, however, this is the best that we can do. That being said, now we do go on to a full buy on both sides. In terms of armor, at least this time, we have all of the White Rabbit girls with head armor, so at least already changing that up from the Mirage game. A lot of presence from the Venom Gaming side towards second mid. I thought that they might be trying to do a quick A push, but I see that they've simply left Havoc in that balcony position, just watching, seeing if they can get a quick pick.
Yeah, waiting for White Rabbit to do something, but White Rabbit did get a good pick there.
I mean, Nikki definitely did something. She took the head off of Havoc, and I don't know if she's going to be expecting 3 players coming from middle, though. She's going to be flushed out from Boiler, and that makes 4 players going to Venom side. Only 2, now 3 players here for the defense. Oh, so much damage chimed out by Kinslayer. They're getting the 2k, and now only Deadshot left. And I think he's already given his position away. So they should know that he's in apps. And we've got a lurk, and Starlight is going to get the wrap, and that is the 7th round for White Rabbit. That was very well played there, considering all their circumstances there. I mean, Nikki getting that initial kill, and then the trades coming in, and Kinslayer getting that very, very quick 2k. Ultimately, I think just giving them the momentum that they needed to win that round.
Yeah, well played there. Well, I must say, I think that these White Rabbit girls, how did they stay healthy? I would say it's like they get all the exercise in Easter. Exercise, you get it?
I mean, I didn't hear the eggs part, but now that you said it,
I'm sorry, I'm cheesy again.
Vivster doing her own interpretation of Kinslayer's previous round, getting her 2k, ultimately does get traded out by Xylem. However, there is a wrap. Nikki is already in middle. She has so much information. So they know exactly where the Venom Gaming guys are. Unfortunately, she does get taken out though, so now Venom Gaming have a window. They can go A or they can go B, but they do have one element of surprise. It does seem like they're going to be opting for this B play. Xylem's got the first entry kill with that rifle that they picked up from Vivster. It's just ultimately going to come down to timing, and Brink is going to catch them off guard.
And
Starlight
Starlight.
timing into the trade. Havoc though.
Oh,
What?
headshot there by Havoc twice. Two
Is this
headshots.
allowed?
Getting.
Are these kind of P250 plays allowed?
Well, I would allow it.
Oh
if
my
it was
goodness.
What's he gonna do? He's gonna get Kingslayer with another headshot. Well done there by Havoc.
I mean, in this situation, I would say it can be nerf Havoc, but freaking well played there from Havoc for the side of Venom Gaming. Honestly, I wanted to say let's wrap it up for White Rabbit that clearly won this round with the team play there, but Xylem as an Havoc as an individual just went off, and I see Xylem in chat also just going, he can't believe it himself.
Well, I must say, White Rabbit really needs to
Ooh, the
find
nade stack.
Spider-Man
The
to
nade stack,
end off this.
What
Rushing down.
that gives Venom is all the information that they need. They heard 5 nades, they know exactly where the White Rabbit girls are, so they're going to go for this A push, but 2 players from White Rabbit already rotated. It's going to come down to these P250 plays. Oh, Kinslayer so short, like so close to getting that kill. I'm actually not sure how the Venom Gaming guys actually did survive.
Fear was able to turn around there and still get a kill on Nikki. Nikki only having the barrel as cover, and unfortunately, another round to Venom there. Well played by White Rabbit, but Venom is just too composed.
It's such a 50-50 chance. I mean, if Venom Gaming was going up B while they were doing that nade stack, it might have been a different story, but you can never have that 100% nade stack, basically.
You think
So-
they got their name by saying, boys, come on, Venom?
Okay, no, you've definitely prepared this. You have a little bookie with all your puns ready and waiting.
No, I don't. I'm just sitting here thinking of all this.
Whether the bookie is right next to you or it's in your brain, you've got a little bookie with puns.
I got a book on my brain.
So much damage being traded out from both sides of teams. Unfortunately, to the detriment of White Rabbit, though. Carnage and Deadshot just going for these headshots, as is the name of Deadshot. Incredible plays here by individual plays here by Venom Gaming, just getting these entries. And now it seems they're gonna be going for this double juke again.
Kingslayer, well done there on Ditch.
They did the fake onto A, and now look, immediate rotates. I mean, they're taking.
These plays by Venom is quite astonishing how they read the minds of White Rabbit.
I mean, they're taking a bit of time to throw utility. They're still obviously. I don't think they know how well this fake worked for them.
I think it's only a thing of chance and it's working for them.
I mean, the timing for Venom right now is just working out time and time again. But also the individual plays with Carnage getting that early pick onto Vivster, and I think Kinslayer is unfortunately going to be taken out. I mean, they're in full control of these rounds. Unfortunately for White Rabbit, they do need to change something up. Either get aggressive again or just switch it up in some way. I don't know. How do you think that White Rabbit can come back from this?
I don't know. I think it's just as if the T side outplays them totally now. I think they should just wait for the rotates until they see bomb on site, maybe. Not over rotating to a site, getting a stack on B, Although getting that kill there on Starlight, so stack on B is not going to work because they are just going to move on to the A bomb side, I presume.
I mean, we had an early stack with who's this Vivster being on B very early in the round, but obviously now rotating off since Xylem got that entry frag. I don't think it's working when individuals like Xylem and Fio are just getting headshots.
How
like
did
he
know Nikki was there behind that? Brinker with that shotgun shot.
Brinker tried back, got the kill with the swag, and she's got the bomb. Unfortunately, timing with pistols again. Venom get their 15th round now, and in terms of economy, White Rabbit are quite screwed.
I would say rush meat, Sikabliat meat, if that makes sense at all. Anyway, did you see that shot there on Nikki and Banana? I don't know if he just thought she was behind the boxes at Carl Top Banana, but goodness gracious me, that was a good shot. Didn't even see a hit.
It might have just been a pre-fire, but I mean, again, it's just working out for Venom time and time again. Xylem again getting the injured frag onto Nikki so early into the round. I mean, we have 15, not even 15 seconds, 10 seconds of the round, and we already got 2 kills going down. Kinsley getting 2 kills, Mister Chiming and getting Deadshot, and Fear.
Whoa!
Starlight finally finishing off Xylem, and I mean, I wanted them to switch it up, and they've switched it up. We wanted individual plays from Venom, we've just got individual plays from White Rabbit. Very well played there from White Rabbit Gaming.
Hopefully that will be the confidence they need. Hopefully that will be that push they need to just get a few more rounds. I mean, there's still hope. It's only a 15-8. They can still win the next 7 rounds and make this a draw and try and get it. So let's hope, in the sake of White Rabbit, that they can get a few rounds quite easily with the momentum. Trying to turn them.
Definitely not over for White Rabbit Amaryllis. They can definitely make the comeback and get the 3rd map and ultimately win this out. It's just going to come down to keeping their mentality and keeping their confidence up, and staying calm in these situations, and then just trying to avoid making the same mistakes. I see Nikki didn't go for that peek. Unfortunately, she does get taken out there by Havoc. So now 4 Venom players going for a side push, and only 2 players on the side of White Rabbit to clutch this out. And Kinsley and Starlight need to hold off this push. Oh, but Kinsley is going to take so much damage from Havoc. Starlight is going to chime into balcony there, but Xylem and Vivster trading out equally. So now we've got a 2v3 in favor of Venom, and again this Duke is coming in. They're going for the B side. They have information that there are players on A, and they have information that Brinker has rotated. Vivster's rotated.
Good play by Venom. I don't know how it works, but the luck is just on their side.
And now Vivster has to take on a 1v3 with an AWP posting her position. This is so difficult. She spots the shoulder.
Not much she can do, unfortunately.
With that flick, Venom Gaming win 2-0 in the winner bracket. They are going to go on to winner bracket round 3 against BBD Venice, with White Rabbit actually still having a chance. They are going to be going to the loser bracket, so they still have a chance to make a comeback.
Do you know who they will play next, White Rabbit, in the loser bracket?
So White Rabbit will be playing Re-H GTV, and then obviously Venom Gaming is going to be playing BBD Finesse.
Okay, so quite interesting matches still coming our way. I must say it was quite enjoyable to spectate this Inferno. Very good rounds coming in from White Rabbit when they were T-side. It looked as if it's going to go their way. And then as soon as the Venom guys started playing T-side, it just went up in flames. I mean, goodness me, I don't know how it worked, but those quick rotates for the bomb plants and that bamboozling, it's just insane. I don't know what I've just witnessed, but I think that was quite good play.
I honestly think that win on Mirage just gave them such confidence that they took that through all the way from beginning to end on Inferno, and it showed in their gameplay. I mean, Carnage was so dominant. He honestly, he didn't give a care. He was ready for it. If we could put it that way.
I must say,
he wasn't scared.
Out of all these players, it was like on the side of White Rabbit, we had Brinker, that was fearless. On the side of Venom, we had Carnage, that was fearless. It was such good individual plays from both teams, and it's actually unfortunate for White Rabbit that they lost it, because I think it's closer than the scores show again. They did lose a few rounds in Inferno that was not as close as the Mirage maps, But I think overall they played well. They can be proud of themselves, and the Venom guys can be very proud the way they played. I think they are probably the team that we need to keep an eye on going to the next matches, especially the one against Bravado Finesse. I would definitely keep an eye on these guys and see where they end up at the end of this tournament.
Yeah, no, I definitely think the Venom guys played out of their minds today. In terms of individual plays alone, they are definitely going to be a very interesting team to watch, and I do think that the next game is going to be extremely interesting. With that being said, thank you so much to our viewers. Thank you so much to Toothy for doing the streaming, and we're going to be off from myself, EsProxy, and Edmaster. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll probably see you next time.
Thank you guys. Enjoy your evening. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.